pulpit pimping is a way of life in America. Do we disagree with this?
We got our good buddy Corey Holcomb here talking about pulpit pimps. And more specifically, he's talking about one that has been all over the news at the end of last year, going into this year. And matter of fact, I'm going to let him tell you who we talk about.
My brother, Marvin Sapp.
Oh, no. God, this is just getting...
You talking about the 40,000?
Yes, it's like he went on Ricky Smiley's show. But it was bad. It was bad. I listened to his music. Right? Yes.
Well, he's saying that's where he gets all his money.
I listened to the music, but you heard what D just said. Say that again, D.
Well, he's saying that that's where he gets all his money, really, because he is a multi-million selling recording artist.
I know that you didn't probably watch the interview on Ricky Smiley, right?
No, I need to, yeah.
He went on there. I'm talking about my brother, Marvin Sapp, went on there with wordplay. And it was so, I was like, oh my God, stop. Okay, so we all know that, you know.
I'm going real quick, because this is the point I think many people have really expressed and really made us spend a lot of ink being spilt on this topic of the way in which Marvin Sapp presented himself at the initial asking for $40,000 and then trying to defend it after the fact. The way he went about it really was grimy, and it really sat wrong with a lot of people. And Corey is one of them. Let's go, Corey.
Damn, how can I say this other than just be straight up? Pulpit pimping is a way of life in America. Do we disagree with this? Anybody?
Sadly, not at all.
Pulpit pimping. It goes on in America where preachers know how to work the congregation out of more than they probably would naturally give. Is that fair? Because I'm not trying to say nothing that ain't right. Preachers know how to work you out of more than what you would normally give out your pocket. They feel like you owe this in the name of the Lord.
And my membership had dwindled after my wife had passed because I had to travel more in order to take care of me and my kids.
Right.
So, my membership, it dwindled, but we never lost anything. And as a matter of fact, this is factual. The day I announced the new pastor, I burned the mortgage of the church. When I left Grand Rapids, I left my church not only debt free, but I left them with 6 figures in the bank and put a brand new pastor in and walked away and moved to Texas. I'm not walking around here trying to be a pimp. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. That's never been my passion. I'm serious about ministry. And let me go one step further. There's a whole lot of other pastors around here that are doing the same thing. Most pastors in America are bivocational, meaning they have jobs outside of their churches. The average church size in America is only 75 people. Look it up. It's factual. So we're not getting rich off the church. I am bivocational. I'm a W-2 employee at my church. I have a syndicated radio show that I do every week to over 60 different markets. I own real estate. I have mutual funds. I have annuities. I have stocks. I play the market. I took my money and I didn't trick it.
Money that you made from
money that I made from music,
records.
from hit records. I'm one of the only gospel artists with billions of streams.
And you tour.
And I tour. I just came off of a tour.
Sure.
That I made tons of money on. And I'm at the crib right now chilling because I don't have to go on tour. I can wait and do my next date.
Basically, you saying all that to say you don't need no $40,000.
I don't.
Got it.
And I will take it if they gonna give it to me. But right. I did not raise this money for the premise and purpose.
And that was a program that helped you get to where you are.
They gave me a platform.
The brother aggressively said what he want from people.
And he had a reason.
Am I lying?
No, you're not. And he had, I would say excuse.
He aggressively said what he want from people. The first thing he did on Ricky Smiley that I was like, oh, you word playing, homie, was when the man said, shut the doors. And he said In fact, the last two went like this. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the doors. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
And I was like, whoa, okay. And he act like, I'm just saying, they downplayed what they did. Listen, if you are the pastor at a church and people want the respect of the pastor, your influence over the people is strong. So he also said, y'all ain't going nowhere after this but to a restaurant or something. Okay, yeah, that's what he said. I'm not making this up. So he's sitting here talking to you about your paper.
Yeah, what you could do.
Which is why masculinity is not in the church for real.
Never would have paid it.
Right. I mean, I'll be like, oh, so your door closed? So what that mean I can't get out this? But I'm just saying, that's why there ain't a lot of masculinity in the church. When you go on there and you say shut the doors, why you can't just say close the doors? It's the same thing. You meant the same thing. And okay, you act like it ain't literally like you locked in here. Okay, they want the respect of the pastor. The point I'm trying to make, why go on Ricky Smiley and make yourself look stupid and not say exactly what you doing? If you're a preacher, why can't you stand on who you are?
You know that can be considered kidnapping, right? If you shut a door and you
close the doors,
that could be considered kidnapping, especially given the circumstances of what you're demanding money.
Before they
somebody could have pressed. I mean,
That's a reach.
Let me tell you something, man. People do stuff like that, press charges over stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie. I hope that don't come to that. But what I'm saying is, I have always been influenced by Marvin Sapp's music.
He's a great musician. Really? Yeah, great. Yeah.
But one day I saw something like this. This ain't the first time I've seen a video of him doing this.
Wow.
Not that exactly same way, but the money hustle at church. Right. This is another thing he said. The money don't go to him. Homie, we don't do shit for free in this world. So don't say some money don't go to you, man. You in the church hustle, man. I'm a preacher. I give my show to the people. This is my church. I am here preaching to the people, and I give it to them. When they give donations, I love it. It helps me. My main donations come from when I go out and speak. Some people say I'm a comedian. I love that too. But I am spreading the word as I am out there doing what I do. And that's why I get my main donations from the people when they donate to come see me.
Marvin Sapp looked like your boy you used to go hard on.
He was?
Sotomayor?
Why you bring? Oh, man, now he gonna be thinking we talking about him. I want these preachers to start being accountable for who they really are. Stop acting like you're all good with no hustle. Hustle is part of the game. Hustle is part of the game. You want to boss out in God's name. And when you act like you're not doing this to boss out in God's name, you bring you bring shame to yourself. Tell the truth.
He was speaking, so I'm sorry.
But how was he speaking at the church? Close the doors.
Close the doors. Close the doors.
He gave a lot of different reasons on why that happened. First of all, of course, he said if you weren't really following the story, first thing out of his mouth was that this was a year. It was last year.
Yeah, it was last year, so that makes a difference.
Yeah, man, ain't that what the wolf's supposed to do to the sheep? He hunting, man. You in there to be hunting.
These people are our food.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and he did, though. The one thing he did give up was when he said that people are changing the narrative and putting this story out here about him. Yes, I admit my tone could have been different. That's what he said.
Is that what he said? His tone
on the show. He said his tone. He said, "Okay,
yeah, I know. I remember that part.
That's the one thing that he.
It wasn't your tone that was alarming. It's your cockiness,
right,
amongst your amongst the people he was talking to. You can't demand nothing like that. You're supposed to have it like that with the people. Not closed doors.
He owed one of them niggas money behind him. That's why he good.
It's the nigga with the pimp stripe suit on.
Yeah, that nigga's there collecting.
Is his hair wrinkled at the top or is that hair?
Old. Oh, please
No,
don't
that's
tap,
he ain't got no hair.
I think it's light reflection. I hope.
Is that what it is?
I
Cold
hope
world.
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Somebody say it was closing the door. That's right. That's pimping, homie.
I'm not walking around here trying to be a pimp. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. That's never been my passion.
Same thing. You think it's a difference between what I just said versus what he did? It's not.
I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, and then he did say that it didn't happen at his church.
Oh, it didn't happen at your
you
church. So
remember
you
that,
at
right?
other churches
No,
doing
he
that?
said
He
it's
must have
their,
owed him
it's
some money.
their,
He was on the road hustling.
and wait,
That's
and
the promoter thing.
And they asked him to do the. Oh,
brother, what you did was called pimping, homie. Yeah. That's pimping. Close the door. Give me mine. That's what you did.
All right. So that was Corey Holcomb on the whole Marvin Sapp thing. I just thought it was interesting. Again, the image that we present out there to the world and what we let people see about us and the way we behave does have an impact. It's not just benign. It's not just amoral. People are going to make a decision based upon or have an impression based upon what we do. So when you say something, even as simple as close the doors, therein is the problem. So let me know what you think down below. I know that we've talked about this before, but I'd love to hear your thoughts again. So down in the comments, let me know. And until next time, everybody.
Close the doors. Close the doors.